Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for the little live broadcast for today. Today is December the 16th. It is a Saturday. It is 7:50 in the evening here, Mountain Time in the United States. So what we're going to be doing is predictions for each sign for tomorrow, which will be the 17th, Sunday. And then we'll do 5 minutes of Reiki, and after that we'll have free-for-all questions. So, Demetria Holmes, hello, hello. Glad to see you again, sweetheart. How are you? Let me get you a card of the day. You're the first person to walk in. Demetria, card of the day. So a card of the day is just pulling a tarot card for you that is going to be talking about something that probably happened within the last 24 hours. If you don't recognize it from then expect to see it within the next 24 hours. And it's just something that Sacred Spirit would like you to be more aware of than what you would be otherwise. Let's take a peek for Demetria Holmes. You're quite welcome, my dear. Okay. What you have coming up is the Ten of Arrows. In this deck, it's very different than what its counterpart might be in another deck, which would be the Ten of Swords. This actually talks about instruction, and you can see that labeled at the bottom of the card there. This just means that you are going to be probably learning from somebody. Either you have within the past 24 hours or you will be within the next. Somebody will be showing you something or teaching you something, Demetria. Tiffany Jones, hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you here. How are you tonight? Kim Hefner, hello, hello. I am. It's so crazy. I have a lot of energy and it's kind of late at night. I'm normally a morning person. But you know what? I'll take whatever I can get and work with it. Angela Lukes, hello, hello. Oh, hi. Glad to see you. And I'm sure Jillian and all the rest of them are there too. Hi, Jillian, Aubrey, Robin. Who am I missing? Puppet. Angela has a little animal family. Already said Tiffany Jones's card of the day. Tiffany James, I mean. I don't know where I got Jones. Tiffany James. Excuse me. Tiffany James, you have the Three of Cups showing up in reverse. Three of Cups in reverse is just telling me within the past 24 hours, somebody who you consider to be a friend has kind of gotten on your nerves. They're being a little annoying. You're like, hey, you're supposed to be working with me here, not somebody that's just making me aggravated. What's with that? That's what I see for you, Miss Tiffany James. If it hasn't happened within the past 24 hours, I would expect it within the next. I figured, Angela. Okay, so Kim Hefner, you're up next. Uh-oh, what were they doing, Tiffany? Kim Hefner's card of the day. La da 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 da. Kim Hefner, you've got a lot on your mind, my dear. Sometimes when I get stuck shuffling and I can't find a good place to stop shuffling, usually what that means is you have a lot on your mind. Spirit's like, what should we talk about? There's so much going on for her. Thank you. I can tell you're relaxing. That's awesome. Thank you, Ms. Kim. Alrighty. You must have started focusing on your breathing or something, because all of a sudden my shuffling started slowing down. Oh my goodness, this is wild. So Kim, totally different deck. You guys saw how much I was shuffling that. Three of Cups in reverse. Just like, who was that had that before? Tiffany. Three of Cups in reverse. I think this means a little bit of something different for you, though. Ms. Kim, I think that what I'm actually pulling off of this card for you is that there's some kind of like group event or where some friends are getting together and going out and doing something, and maybe they're not going out and doing something, but anyway, there's some kind of get together with friends and you're just not too keen on going. You're feeling more like just being quiet and peaceful and not spending energy with a bunch of other people. And that, once again, has happened within the past 24 hours, or it will be happening within the next 24 hours. Does that make sense to you, honey? Angela, you are next. Hello there, Bonnie Snow. Welcome. Glad to see you in the room. How are you? I got you, Tiffany. You're staying at home. Isn't that funny? Two cards that, if you go by the book, would mean exactly the same thing, but they didn't, because I was reading them for two different people. Cool for the verification. Thank you. So this is Miss Angela's card coming up now. Angela. Here we go, my dear. What do we have for you? Okay, well, it's not the Three of Cups in reverse. You've got the Seven of Cups in reverse. Seven of Cups in reverse just tells me that where this card right side up talks about daydreams and what ifs and ideas about what you could be doing in the future. When it's in reverse, this talks about you're out of the what if phase, you're out of the daydream phase, you're getting focused and you're taking action towards making something happen in the future. You're setting a goal and you're taking action towards it, Angela. You're quite welcome. Michelle, Renee Designer, hello. Clear skies, hello from Australia. Glad to see you here, honey. What time is it in Australia right now? Bonnie Snow, let me pull you a card, my dear. Card of the day. For those of you who don't know what a card of the day is, it's just a card that talks about something that has happened for you probably within the past 24 hours, but if not within the past 24 hours, keep an eye for the next 24 hours. It is something that Sacred Spirit would like you to have more awareness of than what you would have if it hadn't come up. And it's for your highest and best interest to hear about it. So even if it's something that is not so much fun to hear about, there's always a purpose, a reason. Okay, so this is for Bonnie Snow. Victoria Haynes, thank you, my dear. Glad to see you. 1:57. Oh, so you're early in the afternoon. Oh, yeah, you guys are like 13 hours ahead of us or something. So it's 1:57 Sunday, isn't it? Reiki will be after I do messages for signs, which I haven't even started yet. Let's see. So this is for Ms. Snow. I think that was Bonnie Snow. I'm going to have to scroll up and double check. Bonnie Snow, that's right. Okay, let me pull your card, honey. If you guys are walking in now and I'm not saying hi to you right away, just know that it's because I'm behind on conversation. I will catch up. Please don't feel like you're not welcome. I'm glad to have you here. Bonnie Snow, you've got the White of Stones and the White of Stones. Snow White, Bonnie Snow. You have the Knight of Stones in reverse. Knight of Stones in reverse is telling me that your money is coming out of your pockets faster than it's going in right now, honey. Not too surprised with Christmas coming. Let's see. Who's next? Does that make sense to you, Ms. Bonnie? Angela already got a card. Michelle, you're up next. Michelle Renee Designer. See what kind of card of the day you get, my dear. By the way, guys, if you have not checked out my sales videos, for those of you who are still looking for the perfect gift, I am offering special deals for those of you who want to buy my services as gifts for somebody else. If you buy one of the services, then you get a second one at half off. If you buy two services as gifts, then you get a third one free. If you buy three services as gifts, then you get two services free. Trying to make it as easy on y'all as I can to give gifts if you want to give readings or if you want to give Reiki. And that applies to both readings, both my live readings and my pre-recorded readings, and it also applies to Reiki sessions. Okay, so this is Michelle Renee Designer's card. You've got the Prince of Swords in reverse. You're feeling like you have to be the detective right now, Ms. Michelle, or at least you have within the past 24 hours. Like somebody's really not telling you the truth. Maybe they're not out and out lying, but they're sure not like letting the truth float to the top. So you're kind of having to play the detective to find out what is the real deal, Ms. Michelle. Okay, so clear skies, you're up next. Let me do a card of the day for you. Does that make sense for you, Michelle? Clear skies, card of the day. La di di da, da 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 da. Clear skies. Clear skies. You've got sort of a similar card to Michelle's. You got the moon in reverse. The moon in reverse tells me that there is a situation that you have known is fishy. Something stinks. There's a rat in the woodpile. Something's up. You've known that. You've realized that within the past 24 hours, or if that hasn't happened within the past 24 hours, within the next 24 hours, what's happening is the truth is coming out. Those pieces that you were like, how come this just doesn't make sense? All this stuff isn't adding up. Once this truth comes up to the surface, then everything's going to make sense. And you're going to be like, that's why this is going on. And that's why it's going down this way. And oh, yeah. Generally, when I see this card, what's going on is this is something significant enough that it's going to make you want to change your position in a certain situation or relationship that you're in right now. So for the better or for the worse, can go either way. So that was for clear skies. Next, we're going to talk to Victoria. Victoria needs a card of the day. Victoria Haynes. You're welcome, Bonnie Snow. A beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Oh, awesome. Okay, Victoria Haynes. Victoria Haynes. Victoria Haynes. Coming right up. Ooh, Victoria Haynes, you have the Justice card. You are clearing the playing table is what I'm hearing. Let me think about what this actually means for you, Miss Victoria. I feel like you're just taking care of business. There's been some things going on around you, how people have been treating you that just have not been cool, kosher, whatever. And you've just decided, you know what, thank you. I'm tired of being quiet and just letting this go by. We're going to have to get some things on the table here. So that's where the clearing the table is about. You're clearing all the junk off the table, all the lies and all the baloney and all the pretend and all the falseness. And you're putting the real deal out on the table and saying, okay, let's deal with this. That's what I see for you, Victoria, within the past 24 hours or the next 24 hours, if it hasn't already happened yet. Let's see. That makes sense for you, Bonnie. Cool. Thank you for the verification. Your kid's very designer. I always wondered what you designed. Hey, there's Dano. Hello, hello. Glad to see you in the room, dear. Wonderful evening, isn't it? That makes sense for you, Michelle? Okay, cool, cool. Truth, and you don't got it. That's so unfortunate, Bonnie. I hate it when that happens. You're quite welcome, Clear Skies. I wouldn't call this a reading. This is just one card, but it's a peek. It's a peek into the energy. Victoria Haynes, that makes sense to you. Okay, awesome. So let's start doing some signs. Let's look at Aries for December the 17th. If there's anybody I missed on the card, let me know, but I think I hit y'all. I think I got y'all cards. So Aries for December 17th, what do I see for you guys coming in? Aries, I'm feeling like a lot of you are going to be seeing movies in some kind of movie theater where you have the total experience. Like the sound is all around. So this could be like at a regular movie theater where you go and get tickets and walk in with the regular public. This also, I feel like for some of you that this is more of like somebody's movie room in their house. You know, if they have this big glamorous mansion house, maybe they have a movie room with surround sound and beautiful seating and all of that stuff. But I just feel like I'm seeing this larger than life picture in front of you. I'm hearing all this wonderful sound, and I think you're really appreciating the sound as well. So, you know, for some of you, maybe it's not a movie. For some of you, maybe it's a theater event. But for a lot of you, I really feel like this is actually a movie that you're going to. And I know that's not going to apply to every single Aries, but that's the main thing that I got coming up. We're going to stick with it. Oh, you know what? I didn't do a card for Dano. I missed you. Let's see. Dano. Ba-da-da-da. I'm going to pull some Lenormand for you, honey. I only have one Lenormand deck, and I like to practice with them. I don't use them in my professional readings, but they're fun to practice with. I felt like I was missing somebody. La da 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 da. So for those of you who know anything about Lenormand, I'm going to kind of explain how I do this. But those of you who don't know about Lenormand, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. Just trust me. That big 5-letter word, trust me. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to pull is going to be what I call a house card. And then after that, the second card is going to be what I call a cover card, which is it's the card that covers the house card. The house card gives me the general topic of what we're looking at. And then the cover card is going to tell me some kind of detail about our general topic. So this is for Dano. House card for Dano. Ooh, baby. We've got the snake. The snake leaves us all kinds of options here, so it's going to be interesting to see what comes up to cover that. That's our house card. And then, oh, our cover card. This is nice. You have the dog showing up for the cover card. 2 animals. Interesting. Okay. Dano, I feel like this is actually talking about you more than it's talking about anybody in your life. And what I'm feeling here is that the snake can talk about a woman. I know that's really an unfair way to view a woman, but so be it. In the Lenormand, the snake can talk about a woman. And so the dog talks about loyalty and friendship. And so I feel like there's a situation where you have been incredibly loyal, maybe even a little bit too loyal for your own good within the past 24 hours. And if not yet, then keep an eye out for within the next 24 hours. But I really feel like it's talking about you in that I don't feel like it's talking about anyone you're interacting with. You're the loyal person. Let's look at Taurus for December the 17th. Does that make sense for you, Dana? Taurus, December the 17th. What do we have coming up for you guys? Ooh, one of my rocks wants to talk to you. I don't know if I have enough light in the room for a rock to talk to you guys. We'll find out. I guess if it wants to talk, it knows about the light, huh? La-dee-dee-da-da. La-da-dee-da. So Taurus. I'm hearing this kind of a riddle of a message for you guys. Basically what I'm hearing is something to the effect of diamonds can be a girl's best friend, but they also can cut. They have very sharp edges. So I think the message here is that there's something that seems like a diamond to you. And you want to be careful in how you handle it, which is not to say that it's not a diamond, but it is to say that there are you want to pay attention to how you're handling it. You want to handle it carefully so that you don't hurt yourself or somebody else with whatever this is that's important to you that you see as a diamond in your life. And that's for the 17th. I hope you guys understand that. You know what that meant? Awesome. Thank you, Dano. Right, right. Well, Scorpios are famous for being too loyal for themselves. I don't know about Aquarius. You have some Scorpio in your chart too, though, don't you? Gemini, December the 17th. What do I have coming in for you guys? Well, my rocks, I guess, just want to talk. The crystal ball wants to talk again today. Let's see what the crystal ball has to say to Gemini. La da dee da. La-da-dee-da. Gemini, there's somebody in your life that comes across like a fire-breathing dragon, but if you look beneath, they're a soft little marshmallow teddy bear. So there's going to be somebody you're interacting with on the 17th that may have you totally intimidated, and then by the time the interaction's over, you're going to be realizing that they're really not as crusty as they seem. That's for Geminis. Exactly, clear skies. That's kind of our thing. By the way, everybody who is here, if you do not mind sharing this video so other people can get in while it's still live, it's always more fun to catch a live event while it's still live. I would appreciate that. I love meeting new people. So that's always fantastic. So clear skies, I guess you're a Scorpio too, huh? Cancers, let's look at you guys for December the 17th. Cancers, what I'm hearing for you guys is love flies away. And I'm really getting an impression of an airplane or some other version of travel. So Cancers, you may have some kind of separation coming up between you and your loved ones. For some of you, I feel like this is that your kids are going somewhere. Maybe they're going to stay with grandparents or going to stay with an ex, something like that. So your kids may be traveling, and so maybe that's why I'm hearing love flies away for some of you Cancers. For others of you, this is more of a temporary separation from a significant other or a love interest that may have to do with going away for the holidays. It could have to do with going away for work just as easily. I kind of default to the holidays because we're so close to them, but it could be for something else too. So somebody that you care about deeply that is going to be traveling away, and it does feel like it's very temporary, but the theme here is love flies away for Sunday for Cancers. Oh, thank you, Angela. I do too. That crystal ball has changed a lot since I first got it. When I first got it, it was almost completely clear. Kathy Cephas. Hello, hello. I know. Isn't it great? Let me get you a card today, Ms. Kathy. You're the cusp of Scorpio and Sag. Scorpios and Sagittarius are supposed to get along really well, so that might be a nice thing. I knew what you meant, Kathy. You're all good. Okay, so Kathy's card of the day coming up. Kathy, you've had one of these before. I don't have to tell you what it's all about, I think. All right, Kathy's card. Here we go. Oh, somebody else got this card too. It might have been the same card I pulled right before I did all this shuffling. So weird. Kathy, you got the ton of arrows in this deck. This talks about instruction. You're going to be learning something new. Someone's going to be teaching you something new. Okay, so that could have happened within the past 24 hours. Most likely it has. If it did not happen within the past 24 hours, then it's coming up within the next 24 hours. How do the rocks get my attention? They just holler at me. I don't really know any other way to say it. I don't know any other way to tell you. I just say that they holler at me. It's really that I feel them. I feel them kind of nudging me. Hey, 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 look at me. I want to talk to them. Which, by the way, the fluorite's doing that right now. And the obsidian already wants to be next. I just may as well grab him too. All right, so let's look at fluorite. We're looking at Leo with the fluorite today. Let's see what the fluorite has to say. Leo, 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 Leo. Purple rain, Leos. Purple rain, purple rain. That's a good thing, by the way. Not associating that with the movie. I am associating that with this big chunk of purple, that big vein right there. And as I was looking at that, the fluorite was giving me this impression. Purple rain, fluorite, sacred spirit in the fluorite, however you want to look at that. Anyway, when I'm hearing purple rain, what that means to me for you Leos is that your psychic abilities are expanding and expanding greatly, and they're being nurtured, and you're actually encouraging them. Like, you're not afraid of them, you're not shutting them off, you're not trying to tune them out, but you definitely have something going on that is letting you know that your psychic abilities are expanding. Um, there's a phrase I'm trying to catch that I want to catch exactly how it's coming across. Well, what they're telling me is, ready or not, here we come. So whether you've been wanting or, trying to get your psychic abilities to expand or not, the time has come for you guys. So purple rain, you've got psychic abilities just kind of raining down on you. Purple has a lot to do with psychic abilities whenever you look at esoteric meanings and spiritual development, spiritual growth. And rain is all about, nourishment and replenishment. So replenishing of psychic abilities for those of you who have sort of let yours go, who are Leos, and for those of you who have never really tapped into them, this is them really growing and being nourished. They are expanding. You've got a Leo rising. Gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha. You guys are just lining up. Okay, you're next after Obsidian. All right. The stones are like just having a festival today. I don't know what's going on with them. You guys want to be really active. Okay, let's look at Virgo. Snowflake Obsidian already said they want to talk to Virgo, so let's take a peek. Let's take a peek. What do you want to say to Virgos? Virgos, you can be solid and secure without having everything be black and white. That's what this stone is saying to me. It's saying, I am all black and white, but you don't have to be, and you can still be secure and solid. In fact, it may even add to your solidity and your security if everything isn't all black and white. It's a good idea to leave some room for some shades of gray in your life on Sunday. Okay, so that's Virgo. That's pretty much what they're doing, honey. Pick me, pick me. Next, we're going to look at Libra. Libra. Okay, this is actually bismuth that wants to talk to Libra. Technically, it's not a stone; it's a metal, and what it is it's a metal that whenever people are purifying either lead, nickel, or silver, then bismuth comes off of that as part of the purification process. It comes out of that, and it's used in welding, but it's also really good esoterically if you are feeling lonely. This is a stone that will help with easing a sense of loneliness. So even though it's not a stone, it's a metal. Anyway, having said all of that, let's see what the message is for Libra here. So this piece of metal here is saying, Libra, aren't you tired of trying to catch something in a cup that has a hole in it? So this is really telling me that there's something that you're trying to control in your life, Libras, that is not really, honestly, it's just not under your control. So if there's some person that you're trying to get to act a certain way or do a certain thing or say a certain thing, you know, that's like trying to catch water in a cup that has a hole in the bottom of it. So you kind of want to reevaluate. What are you hoping to accomplish? And is there maybe a better way to do that? Or is it maybe better to let that person be who they're going to be and figure out their things the way they need to figure out their things? So really, it's all about that question, why are you trying to catch liquid in a cup with a hole in it? That's the question for you, Libras. All right. It looks like hematite. No, I'm not even wearing my hematite ring, but it does have that kind of Rainbow reflectiveness of hematite. Sea toff. Oh. Da, da, da. I got to think about what I was just saying. Could be. Could be, Angela. I forgot you were Libra. I would say that would be a pretty good guess. Hey, there's driving. Yeah, this is where the party is tonight, honey. This is where the party is tonight. Okay, let's see about a card of the day for striving. Yeah, I didn't actually think I was going to come on YouTube. I wasn't feeling so good earlier today. And then I was just in here about 7 o'clock my time thinking, feeling pretty good right now. I think I would like to be on YouTube. I wonder if I'll see anybody I know on YouTube if I go on this time of night. Yep, I am definitely much, much better. Striving's card of the day. So those of you who didn't hear it earlier, be sure to check out my sales videos. For those of you who are still looking for gifts for other people, I am trying to make it as easy as possible on you if you want to give readings or Reiki sessions. If you buy any of my services as a gift, then you get another one at the same level of service for half price. If you buy 2 services as gifts, then you get 1 service free. And then if you buy 3 services as gifts, you get 2 services free. So, you can potentially give 5 gifts for the cost of 3 with that. Anyway, check it out. It's on videos. You guys know how to get a hold of me. La da da da. What's the problem? There is no problem now, but I missed a whole bunch of days because I had bronchitis and pneumonia. So most of the people who are hanging out here know me and have been around, and so they've been realizing I was gone a lot. So no problem now. Now that I'm back, there is no problem. You're quite welcome, Tiffany James. I'm having fun too. Okay, so this is for striving. Okay, striving, you got one of my Yucky cards. It's not as bad as it looks, but it looks pretty bad. The Tower just means that there's something major that is going to be happening. Best way to say this is something that makes you feel secure is being removed from your life. It doesn't have to be like major. It can be like your cell phone goes toes up or something like that. The beautiful thing about this card is that there's a rest of the story after this card every time. Okay, so when you have the Tower card and you have something that comes up where your security is like whisked away from you suddenly and unexpectedly, what inevitably happens is that you find out that you can replace whatever that was making you feel secure before with something that actually is better than what got whisked away. So long term, this is actually a good card, but it can be a little bit disheartening when it first happens. Anyway, something like that should have happened for you within the past 24 hours. If not, then I would look for it the next 24 hours, or maybe I wouldn't. That's not something I would really want to expect, being a law of attraction person. That's a good idea, striving. Right? No rattling needed. I think I said major, but it doesn't always have to be major. And it doesn't feel that major to me. Like when I touch that card, I don't feel my heart go straight to my toes where I do sometimes when I read that for other people. So I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Okay, let's look at Scorpio for December the 17th. What do I have coming in for you guys? Scorpio, for us guys, I should say. By the way, the green eyes crying in the rain, for those of you who heard that before, that definitely happened for me. And I didn't let it get out of control, I'm proud to say. Okay, so Scorpio for the 17th, what do we have coming up here? Okay, so Scorpios, I'm feeling like the day is made up of like um, each moment, like one bead on top of another bead on top of another bead on top of another bead. I feel like we don't have like huge segments of our day that are allotted to any particular project or thing or person, that each moment sort of stands on its own. So Sunday is definitely going to be a day for us to be definitely in each moment and enjoying each moment and going with the flow, because I see it as being a little bit disjointed, and you could see it possibly as somebody having scattered energy if you don't just stay in the moment and appreciate each moment as it comes. Because I'm really feeling it as it's not so much scattered energy, although it could be perceived as that by somebody on the outside. But I'm really feeling it as going with the flow, realizing that there's a pattern and that there's an order, even though it may not look like it, and just going with the flow. So that's going to be really important for us on Sunday, Scorpios. Nope, you did not miss your signs. Let's see here. Alrighty. Calm in between the storm, you think? I don't really see a storm at all. I don't see it as a calm between a storm. I just think that if we try to make plans and make them for like all day, we're going to be, that's not going to work. Let's put it that way. You're seeing an old friend Sunday. Very cool. You have Scorpio in your chart too. Why cannot I get this person out of my room? Do, 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 do. You're in a storm? You live in a storm? Uh-oh. All right, so then let's see about Sagittarius. Sagittarius for Sunday, December the 17th. What do we have coming up for you guys? Sagittarius, I'm hearing that doors are opening for you. I'm actually seeing this in two different segments of your life. So for some of you, I think it's going to have to do with the work world. And yes, I know it's Sunday, but still, it's going to have to do with the work world, that doors are opening for you. And for others of you, this has to do with relationships. So I'm feeling like we're not just talking about new relationships, but this can be about relationships that you already have, Sagittarius, that things are changing and things are going in a way that is more along the lines of what you would like them to go to in the relationships that you're in. This does not necessarily have to be just about romantic relationships either. I'm not putting those off the table, but I think that for a lot of you, this has to do with family relationships, and even for some of you with friend relationships, that things are improving. There are new opportunities in those relationships for them to become better. People are taking down the guard a little bit. They're being more open with you. So doors are opening, Sagittarius, for some of you in areas of relationship and for some of you in areas of work. A normal reading depends on what kind of reading you get, Clear Skies. I've got a couple of kinds. My live readings where you talk to me in person, either on Skype or on the telephone. I've got a 30-minute, a 45-minute, or a 60-minute one. The 30 minutes is $100 US because I live in the US. 45 minutes is $150 and 60 minutes is $200. And then if you have just like one burning question or two burning questions that you want answered and you don't feel like you really need 30 minutes to talk to me, then I have pre-recorded readings for those. You can just email me your question, and once I get your question and your payment, then I go ahead within 48 hours. I sit down in a quiet time and look at that and share that information in an audio and send you the link so that you can download that audio. Those are 30 or 35 for one question, and I think 53 for two questions, something like that. And all of that's on my website. It's at www.amista.info. And even if you want the discount, Clear Skies, like if you want to buy two and get one free, or buy three and get two free, or buy one and get a half off the other one, you can always do that. And then like say that if it's a live reading, then you can have one like soon and then schedule another one for a couple months out. We could do something like that if you wanted to. And then also this sale does apply to my Reiki as well. My Reiki sessions are an hour long, and most of my Reiki people are long distance. They're not here where they can come and be on my massage table or anything. So Reiki is usually done by phone or by Skype as well. And those are $93 per session. And they're also part of the sale. So buy two, get one free, buy three, get two free, or buy one and get a half off the other one. Let's see. What do I mean? What do you mean by general readings? Like I do general predictions every day here. I mean, if you come to me for a live reading, that's going to be a very specific reading. In a live reading, what happens is I will go through a verification process, which is going to take somewhere around 6 to 12 minutes, depending how many questions you have about it. And then after that, I'm just going to turn it over to you. If you trust me after that, because that gives you a chance to tell how accurate I am. And then at that point, then you just start asking me the questions for things you want to know about. So if you mean, do I just generally tell you what's coming up for a year? I haven't ever really done that. Usually people, when they come to me for a reading, they have some burning questions. So I try to focus on those for them. You're quite welcome, Clear Skies. That's right, client, because you're long-term. A customer is somebody who comes and goes in the door and out. Client is somebody that you have a relationship with them. So you're right in calling yourself a client. Kathy, I just haven't had that much demand for general ratings. I would have to figure out a format how to even do that. All right, everybody, let's go ahead. If you have not already, please share this so that other people can get in on the live. In 3 more signs, we are going to be doing Reiki, and I like for as many people to be here during Reiki as possible so that if they have questions, they can ask those while I'm here. So those of you who haven't shared already, if you don't mind, please do so. Capricorn, let's move on to you guys. Capricorn, Capricorn. Lisa, how long have we been talking? We've been talking a year, year and a half, something. We figured that out the other day, and I've already forgotten. Gotta watch me. Okay, so Capricorn, my orange calcite, wanted to talk to you guys. So let's see what she has to say. Okay, so Capricorn on the 17th, it's going to be really easy to focus on the fly in the ointment if you want to. Almost everything can be going absolutely fantastic. There is going to be one little bubble or glitch. If you want to focus on that, you can. Spirit is not recommending that that would give you the best outcome for your day, but I do think it's going to be pretty tempting to stay focused on that unless you kind of put yourself in check and be aware and realize, oh, yeah, I could focus on the negative or I could appreciate the positive, and that way you have a much better day overall. Oh, I'm sorry, Dano. Tiffany Jones, hello, hello. Glad to see you in the room, my dear. Glad you made it back, Dano. So Tiffany, let's do a card of the day for you, sweetheart. All my stones are going, I'm next, I'm next. Okay, Tiffany. Which deck should we use for Tiffany? Tiffany Jones. Year and a half. We have a reading Tuesday? Let me check my calendar. I haven't looked that far ahead lately. Oh, I'm seeing one on. Is this what I think? I'm seeing one on Wednesday on the 20th. Is that what you're thinking of? Should we move that to Tuesday? Trina, hello, hello, welcome. So let me pull Tiffany's card. Being sick will do that, is right. Glad to see you here, Trina. So are you cool with Wednesday? Should we leave it as that? I can slide it over to Tuesday if you want. Same time and everything. We'll just slide it over. Tiffany Jones. Tiffany Jones, what you have coming up, my dear? Let's see. Let me adjust my screen now. I had to make my calendar all big, and now things are all out of wonky here. Technical issues. Wednesday's good? Okay. All right, cool, cool. Okay, Tiffany. That's right. That must be why I called you Tiffany Jones earlier. Okay, so Tiffany Jones, you got the Knight of Swords, my dear. This is talking to me about somebody that you've interacted with, probably within the past 24 hours. If not then within the next 24 hours. This is a card of the day. So the Knight of Swords is somebody who is not as mature as they could be. They may be acting a little bit maturely. They do act dramatically. They act quickly. Generally, they think things through and they're pretty logical before they take action. But once they are in action, you can expect things to happen fast. So they may take a while to strategize on things, but once the strategy is in place, they are in motion. This is someone that I feel like you've been interacting with lately. This may be somebody that you have a little bit of a crush on, or maybe somebody that is new in your work environment. Not exactly sure which way that's playing out there. Maybe it's a little bit of both. But anyway, that's what I have coming up for you, Ms. Tiffany Jones. La da 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 da. Yep, just in time for Aquarius. You're right, Dano. Trina Varner. Trina needs a card as well. Okay, so Trina Varner. So does that make sense to you, Ms. Tiffany Jones? Trina Varner, card of the day for you, my dear. La da dee da da, la da dee da da, la da dee da da da. Trina Varner, coming up. Oh. Okay, so card of the day. I don't think I've seen you in here before, Trina, so let me just tell you. Card of the day is a card that talks about something that has happened within the past 24 hours, and if it hasn't happened within the past 24 hours, keep your eyes open for the next 24 hours. It is a very current event, and it's also something that Sacred Spirit would just like you to be more aware of than what you would have been otherwise, and it's always going to be for your highest and best interest to know about this. All right, so what you have coming up, Ms. Trina, is the King of Pentacles. This is somebody that you're going to be interacting with, or you probably have already been interacting with. This is somebody that feels very secure in their finances or in their worldly goods. A King of Pentacles, a lot of people think a King of Pentacles has to be rich or has to have a lot of money. I've seen people who have King of Pentacles attitudes who are not rich and who don't have enough money, but their attitude is just, I have everything that I need, so I'm fine. They're not stressing out about money. So this is somebody that is going to be not stressing out about money. Probably a guy. If it's not a guy, it's going to be a lady who is very assertive, but probably a guy that is just pretty cool with their financial situation and where they are in life. And in fact, they may have even done something to help you or taken you out to dinner or done something nice to share what they have with you. So that will have happened within the past 24 hours or within the next 24 hours if you don't recognize it just yet. Does that make sense to you, my dear? All right, so Aquarius. Let's do Aquarius for the 17th. Who wanted to talk? Oh, my Labradorite wanted to talk to Aquarius. Okay, so the message that my Labradorite has given for you guys, Aquarius, is that Sunday is going to be a day of the Labradorite is not letting me stop rolling them around in my hands. It's going to be a day of continuous changing your outlook, changing your ideas, changing your position, changing what you want to do. It's like Uranus is working overtime on your day on Sunday, Aquarius. This could very much manifest like scattered energy. It just feels like there's just a lot of activity, a lot of action, a lot to keep up with, and things are changing by the minute. It's a very cool stone. I like this stone too. I didn't even have to look at the stone to get the message this time. You just know that you kick ass, don't you, little Labradorite? Okay, there's that. All right. My Malachite can't be left out. Pisces. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces for December the 17th. Well, some of you are literally going to get your tongue pierced. I don't think that's going to apply to all of you, but there's at least one Pisces out there who's watching this video who is going to literally have their tongue pierced. You don't have any Malachite yet. It's out there. There's the piece out there waiting for you somewhere. Let's see. What else can I tell you guys? Because I really don't want to leave you with just that message, because that's definitely got to be the minority. Okay. Pisces, I feel like you are finding yourself in a situation on Sunday where you feel like you have to sort of talk with a split tongue. So, like, to one person, you have to say one thing, and to another person, talking about the same thing, you have to say something else. And I feel like you're trying to do this because you're trying to keep everybody happy, and you feel like you're kind of pushed into a position where you have to do this. But I also feel like this does end up backfiring within 2 or 3 days if you don't find a way to resolve it before that. Why is there dirt on my malachite? How did that happen? Anyway, talking with a split tongue for those of you who aren't literally having your tongue pierced. I don't think you're going to mean to be well, if whether it happens to you or whether it only happens to other people, I don't think any of the Pisces are going to be wanting to be in that position. I think you're going to find yourselves backed into a corner on that position. All right, that's Pisces. Let's do some Reiki. 5 minutes of Reiki for everybody. So what I'm doing with the Reiki is I just set it for whatever will benefit each of you the most. And so if you guys have a particular, more specific intention that you would like the Reiki to help you with, please feel free to adjust that. Those of you who are catching this video after the fact, please know that the Reiki is just as effective for you as for those that are here right now. All you have to do is set the intention to receive the Reiki, but I am putting it out there for people who are here right now and also for people who watch later. So let's get going with the Reiki. Okay. Yeah. I think clear skies, they're going to be in a place where they're going to decide to do something and they're talking about what they're deciding to do. And then somebody who has some kind of authority is going to come up later and say, oh, by the way, you're not authorized to do that. You're going to have to do da 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 da. And they're going to have to say, okay. And then they're going to have to go up and clean up that mess that happened from what they said before that. I don't think that, I really don't think it's anything malicious or intentional or whatever. Could be about finances. I really didn't get an impression about any particular part of life. So I think that could be really anywhere for, it's going to be in different areas for a whole lot of you. It sounds like you kind of know what's coming down the pike, though. How does Reiki work? Reiki is universal life force energy. It's a Japanese word, and literally translated, it means universal life force energy. So when somebody actually sends you Reiki energy, what they're doing is they're channeling universal life force energy into your body and into your aura. And what the Reiki does is it goes in and it shifts the energy and it starts to dissolve any issues or any blockages that you may have that are keeping you from whatever your intention is that you have set for the Reiki to help you with. So in our case, I'm just sending out Reiki to you for whatever would benefit you the most. So whatever will help you the most to be cleared away, the Reiki will start to work on dissolving those blockages. We're only doing this for 5 minutes. A general, normal Reiki session would be usually at least 45 minutes. I've seen them even go as long as 2.5 hours. My real Reiki sessions are an hour. These are just like micro sessions. These are little freebies, tasters, teasers, trailers, whatever you want to call them, so people can see, maybe Reiki could help me. But Reiki is effective in all kinds of things. I've had it work for people who have specific financial issues that they need help with. I've seen it do some pretty amazing stuff there. I've seen it do amazing stuff in medical situations as well, and also in emotional and mental situations and with relationships. Those are the 4 big areas that clients come to me for help with for a Reiki session. And by the way, Clear Skies and anybody else here, the first Reiki session that you get with me, that's the hour-long Reiki session that we actually schedule and we talk about what do you want to target with the Reiki, that I do at no charge because I think everybody should have a chance to really experience a Reiki session at least once in their lives. Sometimes whenever people are receiving Reiki, you guys might feel things in your body that feel a little bit different. If you want to throw those up into the chat box, I can tell you where you might want to expect to see some energy changes and some things becoming a little bit more differently in your life based on that. Some people don't feel anything. It just kind of depends how sensitive you are and how much you're paying attention. Aubrey's ready. It's coming out. Actually, we're almost already done with the 5 minutes, so going to give it one more minute, then we're going to wrap this up, and then after that, we'll do free-for-all questions. So does that answer your question, Clear Skies? Your arms are tingling? Oh, arms have to do with getting things done, being productive. They also have to do with reaching out and being inclusive to other people in your life. So this could have to do with bringing more people into your life or with showing more feelings for the people who are in your life. And it can also have to do with you may be starting to getting things done, more of the things that you want to get done, or just being more productive in general, Ms. Kim. You want your intention to be about your wallet. Do you want a new wallet or do you want a full wallet? All right, so let me wrap up the Reiki. That was 5 minutes. Oh, very cool, Angela. You've been working on it? Well, this will give you a little extra boost. You're going to notice things are going to be different now. Because the cool thing is during the actual Reiki transmission, when it's being sent, is when the energy is actually shifting. And so as soon as that treatment session is over, or even this little micro treatment is over, you can start expecting to see things happening differently in your life than you would have before. And it'll seem like the most natural thing ever, even if it's your own behavior that's changed. You won't even realize till later, wow, I handled that in such a much healthier way than I used to handle stuff like that. It's way cool. Thank you for the verification, striving. Full wallet. Well, you just suggested that intention. So instead of being for whatever's for your highest and best benefit for that 5 minutes, it went for filling your wallet. Tiffany Jones, hello. Annie Lennington, hello, hello. Okay, so now we're ready for free-for-all questions. We've got about 5 minutes for that before I take off. While I'm waiting for the first question, I'm going to go ahead and draw a card for Ms. Annie Lennington. Annie, this is a card of the day. This is just a card that is something that has happened within the past 24 hours or will happen within the next 24 hours. From Ms. Annie Lennington. La da 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 da. Okay, honey, you've got the Wanderer in reverse. The Wanderer in reverse is just telling me that you really you're focusing on scheduling, organizing, planning things. You're not wanting to do anything really off the cuff right now. You're wanting to have everything planned out. I kind of feel like you're doing this because you want to make sure that your budget works, that your time works, that you have enough of whatever resource it is to go around. And so you're ruling out spur of the moment stuff because you want to make sure, I feel like you want to make sure you've got enough for the holidays. So you're trying to plan everything out. Does that make sense for you, Ms. Annie Lennington? What are my thoughts on law of attraction? Let me just put it this way, clear skies. Law of attraction for me, where I learn about it is I learn about it on YouTube, and I listen to Abraham Hicks recordings every single day. I couldn't even tell you how many recordings I listen to during a day. And I've seen it work in my life. I've seen it work in other people's lives. I know it works, and I'm always working on getting better at it. That's my thoughts on it. You're always organized, huh? Well, your boss keeps seeing you in a negative way. Tiffany James. Tiffany James, I think you should put on your seatbelt for the answer that I'm hearing on this. Do you have your seatbelt on? Because this is not the most fun answer. You're all plan, 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 Hannah. Welcome to see you here. Yep, I'm a big Abraham fan. Hannah David, I haven't pulled a card for you yet. Yeah, I don't think that here's the way Spirit worded it to me, Tiffany. What I heard was your boss won't be seeing you in a negative way very soon because your boss won't be seeing you pretty soon. That's why I wanted you to put your seatbelt on. I don't see a good outcome with that. I always just listen to them on YouTube, honey. Okay, let's do a card for Hannah David. Hannah, Miss Hannah. Okay, Hannah David. So what you got is the Two of Vessels in reverse. This is just telling me probably sometime within the past 24 hours, but if not, probably within the next. There's been a situation where you've kind of gone head to head with somebody and you're at this place of where neither one of you is quite sure how to get back on the same page again. Does that make sense to you, my dear? How often do I do the live? I try to be here every day, but lately I had a while where I wasn't here. Normally I try to be here every day. Lately I have bronchitis and pneumonia. So usually it's a pretty extreme reason if I'm not here. If I'm not here, most of the time, you guys, I would say it would be a good thing to send me energy. She suddenly became very confrontational. Yeah. Yeah, I would be looking for backup plans and alternatives, Tiffany, definitely. Gotcha, Hannah. Gotcha. Any more questions? I'm going to be here till the hour turns, I guess. I lost track of when 5 minutes would be up, so I'll just be here till it turns 9 o'clock here. Hannah, it's nice to see you live. I've only seen you make comments after before. Nice to see you in here in person. Yeah, it was a bummer. The bronchitis wasn't so much fun either, really. I'm just happy to be returning to normal life. Like I went out and got groceries today and I was like, oh my God, the weather is so pretty. And oh my God, I haven't seen the Christmas lights yet. And it's time. Okay, guys, any more questions? You got 2 minutes. Remember Chuck Woolery? We'll be back in 2 and 2 on the dating game. How do you get sick living? I'll tell you how I got sick, clear skies. I'll tell you. I know exactly how. My little town had a candlelight walk down to light the huge Christmas tree for the town. And so there were thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people jammed into the street. I mean, I'm talking about blocks of the street solid full of people holding candles. Like when I looked back up the hill behind me, there was 4 blocks of people and still more coming around the corner to come down the street. And I know that I caught it from somebody there. So that's how you can do that. Alive is a good thing, isn't it? Thank you, Angela. It's not snowing. It's like I think it was 57 today. We're having really crazy weather. That's the other thing. We're going from like 20 degrees at night to 57 in the daytime, which is not normal for us. Thank you for being here, for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Okay, guys, time is up. It's time for me to get out of here. Thank you all for being around, sticking around, hanging around, and keeping me on my toes, giving me somebody to talk to and interact with. I really do appreciate it. Those of you who have never had a Reiki session before, please consider taking me up on my free Reiki session offer. You can find out how to do that on my website, www.amista.info. Actually, I'll tell you how to do it. Just go to my website, find my contact information, get a hold of me, and we will get it scheduled. Everybody have a fantastic, fantastic evening, and I'll see you back here as soon as I can, probably tomorrow. Peace out, guys.